Okay. Sorry about the delay. Fluids. Oh yeah, one sec. Okay. What am I missing? Wait, I did do this, right? Okay. So I did do a little bit of work off screen, and I think all that's left is literally just inserting the is literally just inserting the post. Let's get started on that. I guess there's one function, right, which is hey Robot, how you doing? I believe that the only I did a little bit of work off stream to add in a couple of extra features, but I think the only thing that's left is just me. Yeah, I think the only thing that's left is just me going through and updating all of the perks. I went through and did the I went through and did all of the labels. So hey 30, how you doing? Oh god. Damned boss. Channel. Yeah, Canopus has a lot of like the biotech and augmentations from the Star. Oh, they're like pretty close to the Star League era level technology. Like they don't have a lot of the equipment, but they've kept a lot of the knowledge alive via like a master apprentice system. So they can still use like the technology that they have for like prosthetics and limited genetic modification. I believe the cat girls in canon are with prosthetic like ears. That's actually better. I look at perks.csv. Does that look right? That looks absolutely correct. Not all of it, but I only need to have some of it for. Maybe? Like it would depend, right? A whole lot of stuff. Uh, Source upload. Let me see. Uh, Table. Uh, uh, Hey Sham, how you doing? Hey Muffin. Did you manage to get that PB? Great to hear. But yeah. Muffin, did you get that PB after I left? Oh. Uh, um, nice. Nice having you around. Hmm. Uh, uh, hey Clever. I'll say that's spoilers. Um, okay. Um, does this work twice? No, it doesn't. Hmm. Um, nice. Hmm. Hmm. Um. Um. Uh, um. 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 Uh, uh, And row names is equal to that. Yeah. Hmm. Names. Wait, what's that last one? 452. Okay. Huh? Oh yeah, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. Names dot index of kernel. Oh, forgot the print. Is it a bad one? 449. Does that match up? Yep, it does perfectly. Woohoo! And then I just need to do the groups. They've got a weird order, so they need to be set up like this. Yes. It's equal to open. or row in rows. Print. That's row dot name. Not row dot name. It should be row name. Perfect. I mean, it's most likely just going to be a moderately more comfortable normal suit. Like, they aren't going to be doing like a power armor or anything. Doesn't really make sense to do that. Oh, probably more like a Mass Effect style spacesuit. It'd probably be like some sort of flexible polymer armor that uses non-Newtonian mechanics and like generally close-fitting plates, just so that it's easy to move around in. It's stiff enough to keep in an atmosphere. And yeah. And it's like tough enough to be to handle micrometeor impacts. Row repeatable. Max. That's what I put it in here, right? Max. So it is row, max repeats, name, description, group, and number of dependencies. Hmm. Hmm. Um. 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 God, bro. Deep and uh, while none in um, oh, it's already looking good. Most likely, they will just do a very simple thing with like basically grappling wires as a backup, where you like part of the hand system, which will have to be buffed up anyways, has has like an option to fire off a little magnetic like grapnel that can attach to a surface. And then there is also a separate pack for free movement. And like the hands and feet are also just like generically magnetic to clamp to the outside surface of ships and stuff. Um, yeah. Hmm. Um. 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 Eh? Oh wait. Groups dot index row. How does that look? Oh, that looks so good. Why does that say it has 3 dependencies? Oh no, it says that's in group 3. Okay, no. Uh, hmm. That does make sense. Like, maybe it's not like specifically mag clamps, maybe it's something else, but no, no, the shuttlecraft hull is resin inside metal scales, right? That's why it's called scale. There's like there's a metallic structure that covers it. It's for it's the space station that doesn't have a metallic hull because of the inflatable sections. Hmm. Um. um hmm. Um. 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 Okay. If len dot right for dependency hmm. Hmm. Okay. Nice. Okay. What did I screw up here? Oh, I forgot this new line. God, this feels so strange sometimes. And of course that's broken. Why did Max not? Go through the heart. Okay. I think part of the deployment structure of the thing is like a metal mesh in the surface, right? That's nominally to improve the rigidity during the expansion stage, so that it ends up in the correct shape. But it also happens to be useful for traversal. I think that makes the most sense. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. The hell? Is there a rogue? Oh god. Okay, so yeah, but the idea is not like it doesn't exist so that people can do EVAs that way, right? The reason for the like emergency grapnels is for, well, emergencies, right? It's for if for some reason you get deployed. Like outside of that, you would have a proper set of maneuvering thrusters and everything like that that would allow you to hop around, so like fly around the outside of the station. But what if we do get groups? Wait, why is get groups glitching? Why is that glitching out so badly? Okay, so it seems to be the issue seems to actually be with list perks. Because if I do that and then I refresh this page, it works fine-ish, right? Yeah. It's probably far better instead of having a dedicated structure on the cheap space station. It would just be better to have like like use the small ship that you're probably also buying with the space station, and just give it the ability to like go find the correct places and scan it and detect if there's any issues. Right. Mm. Why is it not freeing the old one? Okay, so what's the issue with the... Um... Yeah, I don't see what the issue with that is. I don't want to have to do a perk name by ID kind of situation. Um... Like, sure, that can exist as an add-on, but I'm just saying that's not going to be part of the default setup. Um... Um... Hmm. 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 Um... Oh. Okay. It's going to be like a power. So the cable itself has a superconducting core in it that lets the jump ship connect to the um, station's power supplies. But beyond that, it also is strong enough to act as a guide rope for like a transport pod to move from the jump ship to the station. Yeah, like the tram system you're saying. Oh, EMCC. I'm afraid that I'm not. I'm afraid I'm not overly familiar with what do you call it? Not overly familiar with how that would go. Um, 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 whatever. I'm just gonna fix it the other way. No. I mean, the issue with um jump drives charging has nothing to do with the amount of energy that can be gathered by a solar sail. It has everything to do with the way jump cores charge. Like, someone did the math, and the amount of energy that even a 1 kilometer radius sail gets at like the expected jump, like the jump limit, is like pathetic. So that's not like the power is not the reason why a jump core can't be charged more quickly. Yeah. What are you going to hear? Hmm. Hmm. Print up. Um, 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 it's only 7 kilobytes though. Honestly, it's not properly explained anywhere. Ah. Ah, that explains a lot. Hmm. Hmm. Actually, that would work better than what I was planning on doing. Um. Hmm. What? Um. Is that what's been screwing things up? Hey! My searching is working. Eh. Oh god, we've got to. Look, Robite. You can't ask questions when you know the answer to those questions is spoilers. Right? You can't just say, "Oh, I want to say, oh, I want to avoid spoilers," but at the same time, tell me everything that's actually spoilers. Right? That's basically every time you come up, every time we've talked about this. We've talked about this, and we basically every time this has come up, it is, "Oh, I'm going to ask you a question about the upcoming future of the thing. Is Jun going to do this? Is Jun going to do that?" But you've also said that, I don't want to know about any spoilers coming in the story. I'm fully happy to tell you about spoilers, right? So if you don't mind spoilers and you want to talk about the future of the story, then confirm that, and I will do that, right? I'm perfectly fine with doing that. But you can't say, I don't want spoilers, but also ask about the future of the story. You can see how that's a problematic? Because you've said previously, I don't want this, but then you keep asking about those same details. Because when you ask me, hey, is Jun going to do a spaceship that, a space station that charges jump cores, and then I've previously say that is a major plot point, right? Like, is Jun going to do something that massively changes the setting and brings a lot of eyes on them? Like, answer clearly. Do you want spoilers or do you not want spoilers? I'm happy either way. Just remember to keep spoilers to the thread, and that's it. Star. Um, um, Robot? Was that a bit rude? Sorry about that. Yeah. So I have no, again, I've mentioned it several times before that I've told other people about the things, but the reason why I can't like share much about the near future is that in the next few chapters, like I think less than 5 chapters in the future, we are moving from the Vit arc to the Victus arc, because we already kind of see where things are going if Jun remains a independent player, right? Um, right. Jun remaining in the remaining as just a business person working for Vit. It's just going to be Jun makes better stuff and eventually gets the attention of someone interesting, and then it goes from there, yada yada yada, right? So so there is a limit to how much interesting stuff that will come out of just Jun as a business person. But there is another solution, right? The other solution is we start looking at what else Jun might end up doing in the story, which is basically that hey, is Jun going to be where, like, what's the logical next thing, which is Jun ends up being the head of a local power, right? You're transitioning from like a single person to a person with like significant political power, which is why everything seems to make no sense in terms of Jun's build out and everything. Like less than a year after he goes back to the periphery, both the Lothian League and the Illyrian Palatinate are going to be like utterly devastated by a two-front invasion from their neighbors, who are both major pirate kingdoms, right? Both slaver states, both pirate kingdoms, yada yada yada. So a lot of the long-term plans for Vit won't pan out, because Jun is going to end up as the ruler of what amounts to a major like So that kind of feeds into things, right? Because VIT is what it is, the Bulleberg and Illyrian manufacturing complexes, right, the campuses for VIT, are among the few places that actually survive that like manage to handle the invasion. Because because like they've got all of their defenses and everything, which means that they kind of end up being a major fallback point for VIT as a whole. Well, not VIT as a whole, but like a lot of people on those planets, right? People evacuate from Bulleberg to people evacuate from Vatnajökull to Bulleberg and from all over Illyria to Omua, and like things go really bad when the rulers, right, like the Grand Mistress of the Lothian League and the administrator of the Illyrian Palatinate, are killed. Right? Basically, the whole thing starts off with the Circinians and the Marians, who are the neighbors to where Jun has set up, are both pirate states. They basically make a majority of their money from attacking God, where's my brain failing? Like attacking other people in the setting, right?